morning, fellow members and guests. Good morning. I'd like to talk to you this morning about a subject I'm most familiar with, me, and the unexpected journey I've taken. I want to share with you my work and life history and where I'm at today. Knowing that often the best laid plans often don't come to pass, be it personally or professionally, I'll begin my story. On Wednesday, January 26, 1972, I made my grand entrance into this world. My parents took me home to see my brother in Westlake, which is a city of Cleveland, near a city of Cleveland, Ohio. During grade school and junior high, I wanted to be one of three things. 1, a teacher, 2, an actress, or 3, a rock star. When I was younger, I was in plays and even had some solos, but I'd always freeze up, be scared, self-doubt would just enter my mind. And I'm not quite sure why I wanted to be a teacher, except I had some really great ones growing up, and even played with my dolls and graded their papers, and some did outstanding when I was younger. I've worked since I've been 16 years old, 14 if you count babysitting. I started as a waitress at Ponderosa, which is a restaurant, and during my 3 years, I worked up to cashier. However, during my senior year in high school, I had 3 jobs. One was Ponderosa, one was a florist, and the last was an accounting firm. I loved working at a flower shop. Loved it. The smell of flowers and just being around them were exquisite. I knew one day I'd open a flower shop. I also knew from an early age I didn't want to get married or have kids. My parents divorced when I was very young, and I didn't want to put a child through that experience. It was awful. I was a latchkey kid. I went to my dad's house every other weekend, and I just wasn't like other kids whose mom was home to make them lunch or dinner. I also was told I'd always go to college. Had no choice, you're going. And I'd be the first one in my family to do so. So after graduation from high school, I went to Bowling Green State University, which is in Bowling Green, Ohio. Most folks think it's in Kentucky, so I like to emphasize the Ohio part so people understand. And I picked Bowling Green for one of 4 things. 1, it was a state school and I could afford it. 2, it was a good business school. 3, my high school best friend's sister went there. And most importantly, I didn't have to write an entrance essay. Very, very important. I liked business, even playing cashier as a kid. So I thought it'd be a good major. I still had no idea what I wanted to do when I grew up, except have a job and be able to support myself on my own. I worked 30+ hours a week in school at the school's cafeteria, washing pots and pans, being a line server, a cashier, and an office worker. I knew I did not want to work in food service. During this time, I also wanted to work at the United Nations or be an ambassador overseas. I really loved cultures, and I still do. I'm very attracted to the different cultures. I didn't know at the time you had to know someone and be appointed to be an ambassador, so that was out. I didn't really know anybody. And I wasn't quite sure I wanted to move to New York to work at the UN. So I continued on my SAFE journey and took the business route. So I specialized in supply chain management, and I was good at it, and the jobs were plentiful at the time. I had 2 internships in that area, one at GE Motors in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and another with Amoco Chemical Company in Decatur, Alabama. I enjoyed both. I ended up graduating with a BSBA in 3 areas: production operations management and purchasing materials management, which nowadays is called supply chain management, and international business. Amoco hired me off campus, and thus began my venture to the great state of Texas. I started at the Texas City Refinery in '95 as a contract administrator writing contracts. Then I met Tom. This wasn't supposed to happen. I was happy to be a career woman, independent, to be on my own. Well, someone had other plans for me. We married in '97, and a lot of my friends were surprised. I continued working at Amoco, getting my MBA at night, and found an elective, industrial organizational psychology. Loved it, fell in love. I knew my true calling. I needed to be in HR. So after the Amoco BP merger, I left to pursue that calling. No one would hire me in HR. So I switched to Plan B, which was work in supply management and work over to HR. Well, I did that. In '99, I started with Air Liquide, which is an industrial medical gases company in Houston. and moved to HR in 2002, where I am today. I truly love what I do. Those same friends and family were even more surprised, I would say shocked really, in 2003 when I said I was pregnant. Just like my plans to not marry changed, having my son Jake was a huge modification. I became enlightened to the joys of motherhood. My life to date has not turned out as planned. If it had, I'd be Lady Gaga, have lots of money, be famous, be a rock star. Instead, I'm more blessed than I can imagine. I have a wonderful husband, a loving son, and a career I enjoy. So life will continue to provide an unexpected journey for me, and I'm looking forward to the ride. Thank you.